Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Nightwing action figure. This is Nightwing from the upcoming Gotham Knights video game. Really looking forward to the game. I don't believe it actually has a release date yet, but it looks like the figures are finally starting to drop. Shout out to my boy Corey, he's a local collector. He found this figure for me at Target. I've been shopping at the Corey Mart. So let's go and check out the packaging. As you can see, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, Gotham Knights, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Nightwing, Nightwing from Gotham Knights, Nightwing at the bottom, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case that helps anybody. On the back side, here's Nightwing posted up on a rooftop, and here are a bunch of other recent release McFarlane DC Multiverse figures you should check out. So no further ado, let's open them up. And I did end up getting two of these figures, one of which to open and enjoy, and one to keep unopened in my complete 6 and 7 inch unopened Batman action figure collection. They didn't have Red Hood at the store. I'm expecting to find him real soon though. Here's this new Gotham Knights Nightwing, next to the Nightwing for the Build-A-Figure Batmobile wave. Alright, now that we got this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with a display stand, a collector's card, and of course, Nightwing's signature batons. But before we take a look at the accessories, let's talk about and check out the actual figure. So this is Nightwing, Dick Grayson, from the video game Gotham Knights. Gotham Knights is a reboot, completely new universe. It's not a sequel to the Arkham universe, even though it looks very similar. So let's take a look at him. Start with his head. Mask looks pretty good, pretty tall. Hair looks fantastic. Little sort of flip, curl at the front. Looks great. I'd say the head sculpt is superior to McFarlane's previous Nightwing. Symbol looks good. Got that blue Nightwing symbol. Suit, sort of semi-armored. Looking pretty nice. Double jointed elbows. Double jointed knees. Blue and black all over the suit. He's got little holsters on his back to hold his batons. So far, definitely like what I'm seeing. Can't wait to put him with the other four figures. And just a closer look at his face and head sculpt. I think they did an excellent job. Looks really nice. Now let's take a look at his accessories. And let's start with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane stand. Says DC at the bottom. One peg for the peg hole on his feet. Very thin. Very basic. Now let's look at his collector's card. As you can see, it's simply an image of the figure posed up. I do miss when they would show you the source material the figure is based off of. Nightwing holding his batons on top of a rooftop. Nightwing from Gotham Knights. On the back, there's a little description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Now let's look at his batons. This is the handle here, the blue part, the top, this white stuff. It sort of looked like it was lit up or energy. Nice sculpting detail. Definitely different than the baton that came with the other McFarlane Nightwing figures. Here are the Gotham Knights Nightwing batons next to the original Rebirth Nightwing batons. Here's Nightwing holding his batons. And here's Nightwing holstering his batons. One really nice thing about these McFarlane figures, they're articulate enough that they can actually pull their weapons out of their holsters. Here's Nightwing reaching back and grabbing his baton. Now that we've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories, now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, he's standing at about 7.1 inches tall, which can translate to about 18 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Starting with his head here, of course, it can rotate from side to side. He can look up and down about that far, pretty impressive. Can tilt his head from one side to the other, give him a good amount of personality. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes out more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He does have a butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows. His wrist has a ball on it. It can rotate, and it's going to be hinged as well. He's got ball joint his torso, rotate around, forward and back. His waist has a ball joint as well. You can sort of see he's got the soft overlay on top of it. It can rotate, go forward and back, give him a very wide range of motion in his torso area. Legs completely does the splits, not a ball joint, but a similar type concept. Rotation, minimal. Legs go forward about that far. Back, not much. Double jointed knees below that. Then his ankles can go forward and back, can rotate. They can tilt, and he's got toe articulation. Here's Nightwing watching over Gotham City. One of the Gotham Knights. Nightwing hears some activity below and decides to jump into action. Nightwing pulls out his batons and defends the city. And as Nightwing jumps into action, of course, he's being watched by a member of the Court of Owls. And of course, when the Court of Owls sees something they don't like, they send in the Talons. Here's Nightwing taking on 6 Talons. Now let's check him out, next to some other action figures, starting off with some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Normally, I would start off by comparing him with the other Gotham Knights figures, but I don't have any other ones yet. Amazon actually just shipped my Red Hood, all of him in 2 days. Robin and Batgirl are supposed to come out mid-February. Can't wait to put the team together, and I'm really hoping McFarlane releases a Talon for this game, a nice army builder. And I actually think it's a very strong likelihood they might release some motorcycles from the Gotham Knights video game. Here's this new Gotham Knights Nightwing, next to the Rebirth Nightwing from the Build a Batmobile wave. I like the new Gotham Knights Nightwing's proportion a little bit better. The old Nightwing, he seems a little bit too skinny. And you know what? I'm a little bit curious how they would look if you head swapped them. Here's the Gotham Knights Nightwing body with the Rebirth Nightwing head. Honestly, I think it looks great. And here's the Rebirth Nightwing body with the Gotham Knights Nightwing head. I also think this one looks great. Here are all the Nightwing figures McFarlane has released in their Multiverse line. We have Infected Nightwing, Gotham Knights Nightwing, Rebirth Nightwing, and the New 52 Nightwing in the red. Now all 3 of these previous Nightwings were on the same body. This Gotham Knights Nightwing is the first brand new Nightwing figure, and I think I like his proportions a little better than the previous one. His armored suit, it looks good, not quite as comic accurate. I think he's the best one so far. And while these aren't the Gotham Knights figures, this is the closest I have for now. We have the Gotham Knights Nightwing, the 3 Jokers Red Hood, the 3 Jokers Batgirl, and then Damian Wayne as Robin. Not even the right person as Robin. Robin in Gotham Knights is going to be Tim Drake. I'm actually supposed to get my Red Hood tomorrow, but Batgirl Robin, it's going to be probably another 2 months before they start arriving. Here's Nightwing, next to several different Batman figures from the comics. And here, next to several different Batman figures from other media. Here he is, next to some other Batman allies or supporting characters. He fits in really good with them. Now let's check him out, next to some other DC video game figures McFarlane has made. Here are all the figures from the Arkham universe. These are figures from Arkham Asylum, Arkham Origins, and Arkham Knight. They actually haven't released anything specifically from Arkham City yet. And just a reminder, Gotham Knights is not set in the Arkham universe. It's a complete reboot, even though it damn sure looks like it picks up where Arkham fell off. And here, next to all the Injustice figures released so far, here's Nightwing next to a Mortal Kombat 11 Joker. Now let's check him out, next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn, and the Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman Blue Edition. Then, next to Batwoman, the Joker Batman Robot, and Blight from the Batman Beyond wave. And here, next to the 3 Jokers wave, this 3 Jokers Batgirl and Red Hood look great with the Gotham Knights Nightwing, close enough to their comic counterparts. I am still missing both Batman and the unpainted Platinum Chase variant of Red Hood. Keep an eye out still. Then, next to a couple of Lex Luthor figures, here he is, next to Lobo and Superboy Prime. And here, next to the mega figure Swamp Thing. Now let's check him out, next to some other Nightwing figures. Here are all the different McFarlane and DC Multiverse Nightwing so far. And here he is, next to all the different DC Direct and DC Collectibles Nightwing figures that I have. And I don't have them all. I can think of at least a couple that I'm missing. Then, next to all my different Mattel Nightwing figures, I am missing at least one. And here are all the different 6 and 7-inch scale Nightwing figures that I have. Like I said before, between DC Direct and Mattel, I am missing a few. Here he is, next to a custom Dick Grayson civilian attire that I made. He's a little bit of a smaller scale, but I like him. And then, next to all different Dick Grayson as Robin figures that I have. And here, next to a Mattel Dick Grayson as Batman. Here he is, with a DC Direct Red Robin from Kingdom Come. Red Robin is typically Tim Drake, but in Kingdom Come, Red Robin was Dick Grayson. And then, here he is, next to a DC Direct Armory Nightwing figure. This Nightwing is a female. I'm actually not sure who it is under the suit, but it's obviously not Dick Grayson. Now let's check him out, next to some action figures from different various companies, to see how he fits in, both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. Here he is, with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys. These are from different various video game properties. And now, next to some Jakks-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST or Diamond Select toys. Then, next to some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here, next to some NECA figures. Then, next to some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, next to some Jazzwares AEW wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, next to some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here, with some Mayfix figures. Then, next to some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, this is a very nice Nightwing figure. I really like the way they did the suit. It has kind of a soft rubber overlay and it covers up the torso joints. His articulation is excellent, the only thing missing is thigh rotation. His batons are great, although the holsters in the back are kind of loose. The sculpt, paint job, fantastic on this guy. I think his face and hair are better than the first Nightwing, and that was a pretty good release. I'm enjoying this guy. I think he has become the best Nightwing McFarlane has done so far. If I were to rate him, I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Maybe a little high because he's new and I'm enjoying him, but I'm feeling pretty good about this figure. Looking forward to getting the other 3, and I really hope they give us a Talon and a motorcycle. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.